have you here today. You're following my journey from the US to Ghana. I am originally from Liberia and I provide contents both on Liberia and Ghana. If this is your first time, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, you're the real MVP. So today in this video, I will be talking about 3 important steps you can use to find the right business to do in Liberia or in other parts of Africa. If you are from Ghana, this can be applied to Ghana as well. If you are from Liberia, well, this video is for you. Or if you are from any part of Africa, you can also use the content of this video for your own needs. Now, before we go into the video, I want to take this time to announce the winner. I know a lot of you have forgotten, but before I hit 1,000 subscribers, I ask people, subscribers, to share videos, their favorite video on my channel, and comment on the video and say that I'm sharing this, so that I know that you're sharing that, and I would take note of your name, and I would get you something from Africa. At the time I said Liberia, I would get you something from Liberia when I went back to visit Liberia. I know a lot of people share, but not a lot of people commented on the video to let me know that they're sharing that particular video. So I couldn't get all of the names. If you shared and you didn't comment, I didn't get your name. So I only have 4 names. So it was 4 people who actually commented and said, I'm sharing this, which increases the chances for being selected. And because the names aren't that many, I will be picking 2 names instead of 1. I was planning a trip to Liberia for the Independence Day, but I won't be with the whole COVID situation in Liberia right now. So I will be getting the winners something from Ghana, and we'll be posting it to you. So when I call your name, you can go into the description of the video and send me an email, or contact me on social media, and I will and send me your information, so your address or your phone number or something, so I can communicate with you, and I will get your prize out to you. Thank you so much. I will be doing this again. So I have 4 names here in my hand, the paper, 4 papers. So this is the first one, and this is the second one. So I'm putting these 2 on the side here, and I'm going to open the 2 I have on my knee here. I have Julia B, Miss Julia B. Hey, she's been here from day 1. I appreciate you so much. Then I have Tane Nylander. I will really need your addresses to be able to send your gifts, your thank you gifts. So you have to watch the video. You have to watch the video. But if you're watching the video and you know these people, you need to let them know so that they can contact me. Because I should be visiting the US soon for my sister's wedding, and I will be bringing you something, a thank you gift. So thank you all. Now let's get into the video. How can you find the right business to do in Liberia? We know that Liberia is almost like a virgin land, right? There are so many opportunities in Liberia, and every time we say this, every time someone says this, other people are like, what are you talking about? I don't see it. Like, people just don't see Liberia. In a couple of my videos, I've said Liberia has been quite limited to Monrovia. So we have a lot of counties, we have a lot of cities outside of Monrovia that we have not extended development and active use of the land and resources that we have in that country. The country is ripe for Liberian citizens. It's also open to non-Liberian investors. So if you're on here and you're watching and you're thinking about doing business in Africa, you want to think about Liberia. And there are ups and downs of doing businesses in Liberia, but that's why you're here. You're gonna subscribe and you're gonna stick around so that we can talk about these together and find solutions on how to overcome the challenges in Liberia, because Like any other country, the economy of Liberia goes up and down everywhere, even in the US. There are good times and there are bad times. So, how do you plan and how do you do business in those good times and the bad times as well? Not to get you discouraged in any way, but you have to be prepared. Whatever you do, you have to be prepared. The time that you're investing, if it is a bad time, what do you do? If the time you're investing is a good time, what do you do? And how do you plan for the other times when they have not come yet? So you're thinking about doing business in Africa, you're thinking about doing business in Liberia, but you just don't know which business to do. You're kind of going around listening to videos and getting ideas of people telling you what to do, but somehow you feel like it's outside of your scope, or it's not something that you're really passionate about, or it's not something that you can find yourself doing for the next 10 years. You just don't want to jump into something. You kind of want to understand the market, but you don't live in Liberia. So how would you get all of those information? These are 3 ways you can actually come up with or find or narrow down what you want to do or invest in Africa or Liberia. The first thing is to understand the issues in Liberia. I know a lot of people get ugly feelings when you talk about some of the challenges in Liberia currently, and it is not to badmouth Liberia. It is not to put Liberia down. It is not to compare Liberia to other countries in a negative way. It's to try to harvest those opportunities that are in Liberia. What are the issues in Liberia? Understanding the issues in Liberia will give you a clear picture of the needs of Liberia. There is absolutely, you can't do anything without needs assessment, okay? And in business, if you're doing something people don't need, people won't buy. So why do you need to understand the issues of a country, or understand the needs of that country? Every problem presented in the country is an opportunity for growth. It presents an opportunity to provide a solution. Businesses are solutions to problem. As simple as that. Any business you do is a solution to a problem. So before you can come up with a solution, you have to understand what the problem is. If you don't understand what the problem is, you can't come up with a solution. So whenever you hear problem, whenever you hear something is wrong in Liberia, you shouldn't feel bad about it. You should say to yourself, what can I do? That's a business opportunity right there. If electricity is bad in Liberia, that's a business opportunity. Now, that's not my area, so I probably wouldn't know what to do, but that may be somebody else's area, and that's business opportunity for them. So understand the issues of Liberia, and that's why we're gonna be, I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I'm not gonna try to make you feel good. I'm gonna promote Liberia in an honest way, and I'm gonna encourage people to invest in Liberia, knowing what they're getting into and being there, going into it because you love your country, going into it because you know that it's going to yield benefit, not even if it's not for you, but for future generations. Knowing and being and feeling proud of doing something in your country. So understanding the issues. We're going to talk about a lot of issues here, so that, and most of those issues, when I raise them, you should start thinking about business opportunities through those, or business ideas that could come to mind through those issues. The second method to actually help you find a business to do in Liberia or in any other African country is understanding the necessities. Understanding the issues is one, but understanding what are necessary, what are the necessities right now. Some of those necessities would translate into short-term turnaround businesses because it's a high need. So it's like you're ranking or prioritizing the need in Liberia that you've discovered. So what are things that people can live without in Liberia? What are things that people really need in Liberia? What are things that the business is always going to be there in Liberia, regardless of how many people are doing it? You will always find a place in that market. Those are the necessities you're trying to understand. And even if you have a business idea that is outside necessities, you can also say what's the behavior of the the people in Liberia. How you have to understand how they shop, what drives their shopping behavior, what are things they like to do outside of just the necessities. Like for example, Liberians like to look good. So beauty is something that um, you can invest in. It's not a necessity, but I mean, somebody would disagree with that. But it's not a necessity. You don't need it to live. While other people may be investing in food, you could be investing in beauty, because Liberians like to look good. There's a market for that. I don't care how hungry they are, they're gonna go look good. They're gonna like spend money on that. So what are some of the necessities in Liberia? First, you have to understand the basic human needs: food, water, clean air, and shelter. Four basic areas that humans are going to need anywhere you go. Those are markets that you never really run out of customers for. For example, the food market, people need food to live. So food is an area that is always going to have a market. Even when people are broke, they need food to eat. Transportation is a necessity, getting around, and is a high need in Liberia. So you would never run out of money, or you would never run out of customer in that area in Liberia. Food, water, so any one of those things. And there will be videos coming up in the future that will actually analyze those different areas and talk about the different aspects of it in the different places in the supply chain that you can actually invest in. Transportation is a short-term turnaround business as compared to housing or property development. Like we said, shelter is a need. Shelter is a basic human need. So property development in Liberia will always have a market. There will not be a time where people don't need a place to stay, and more people are needing better places to stay, which is something we don't have. So we need to go into property development everywhere. Don't just limit yourself to Monrovia. In fact, there's not a lot of land space in Monrovia right now to even build. Go outside of Monrovia. Wherever you build decent housing, people will go there. People will rent it from you. People will get it from you. So transportation would be short term. If you get into the transportation business and you put your car out here today, you start making money right away. Right away. Same thing as food. If you open a restaurant or you go and sell something on the side of the street, food, you will make money that day. Like money starts coming right away. But then real estate, it takes time to actually get the property up. But once the property is up, you will get it rented and you will make money over a long period of time. So understand what the necessities in Liberia are and study the behavior of the people. Look at the trend in the community. Understand how we Liberians act and what are things that that we can't go without. That will help you decide on a business idea for Liberia or any other country. Number 3, understanding your skills, your talents, and what you're good at professionally or informally will help you understand where in the supply chain can you fit or do you fit. If your idea is to sell plantain chips is just the product. That's one part of the supply chain. So you have to understand from the beginning of the process, sourcing your raw goods, from the raw goods to where it gets to the finished product to the consumer. That's your supply chain. So where in there do you fit? Are you gonna be the person who plant the plantain, harvest it, and sell it in wholesale? So the farmer. Are you gonna be the person who sells the equipment of making the plantain or plantain chips? Are you gonna be the person who sells the packaging of the plantain chips? Are you gonna be the person who fry the plantain chips and packages it? Are you gonna be the person who markets the plantain chips? Are you gonna be the person who distribute the plantain chip to the consumer? So all just plantain chips. If we just talked about just plantain chips, how many different opportunities of business within that one line of business? So many, right? So any business idea that you come up with, there's a supply chain for that, and I'm going to be talking a lot more about this. So hit the subscribe button right now. So where in that supply chain do you fit, and how do you know where you fit? You're going to decide based on your skills and your talents and your expertise. If you did marketing in school, you know that you fit in marketing. So if you're going to market products in Liberia, that's your business. You're not going to sell the products, you're just going to market it. That's a business for you. That's your business. If you're good at logistics, procurement, you know that you can get equipment into the country and sell that. That's your business. You're selling and renting equipment. If you're good with farming the soil and growing things, you like to garden, you know that you probably might be planting plantains in bulk and selling it out. So your skills and your talents will determine where in the supply chain you fit. I will be talking about a lot of other businesses. This example is just planting chips. So there will be a lot of other things that I will be bringing to light when it comes to Liberia, and that same idea can be used also for other countries or Ghana as well. I haven't really studied Ghana. I'm new here, so it's hard for me to say what is needed in Ghana right now, but I think as time goes on, I will be able to come up with those. But Liberia, I have a lot more idea because that's my community. And I will be sharing ideas on that. So thanks for coming on here and watching. And if you have not seen my other videos, make sure you go and watch them. Make sure you come back. So I'm glad you stopped by, and I'll see you in the next video.